Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back to the channel. This is Smart TCG, and today I'm going to be going over a brand new way to play Mew VMAX. Now, most recently we saw San Diego Regionals happen. I ended up getting 15th place, but I played against this really interesting Mew list that Xander Perot piloted in day one and ended up tying against it. This is going to be Mew VMAX, as I already said, but with some really cool tech cards that make it a lot more special than just, you know, the normal generic DTE Mew lists. So today I'm going to be going over that list that Xander played. Shout out to them. And then I'm going to be hopping in some games to show off exactly how this deck works. But with that being said, we have 3 Mew VMAX here with that Cross Fusion Strike, 310 HP Psychic VMAX Pokemon. Cross Fusion Strike being able to copy any of your Fusion Strike Pokemon, mainly just going to be used to copy Genesect, and then Max Miracle as well, dealing a respectable 130 and going through any types of effects. This is going to be the list that they played, and as you can probably see, there are quite a few interesting cards in here that I will be going over. Now, over the past couple of weeks at the most previous regional championships, we have seen Aerodactyl VSTAR begin to see popularity. First popularized by Michael Catron's top 32 list at Toronto, being Arceus Aerodactyl, players started to realize that this card was actually incredibly powerful in countering some of the most powerful decks in the format, like Mew VMAX and Lugia VSTAR. Aerodactyl has a VSTAR power Ancient Star. Until this Pokemon leaves play, it gains an ability that has the effect your opponent's Pokemon V in play, except any Aerodactyl VSTAR, have no abilities. So what you can do versus decks like Lugia is promote the Aerodactyl before they've used Summoning Star and flip over your V-Star counter, which means that they can never use Summoning Star. Now, with that being said, Lugia is a deck that needs to have abilities to be able to attach energies. So you might be thinking, well, what if this just gets knocked out? Well, decks like Mew VMAX and Lugia need abilities to even function, so you're stopping them from even being able to set up, which means that you'll be able to retreat this and go into one of your other attackers. Now, the only downside of this card is that if they already, you know, use their abilities, get fully set up, then it is a little bit weaker. So this is going to be a card that we typically try and get out on that turn 2 if we are going first before they can actually do anything. A couple other interesting cards here. We obviously have Oricorio, pretty standard. And then Manaphy. Manaphy is going to be a really cool card in this deck, which is mainly going to be for the Kyogre matchup, and also decks that play Amazing Raikou. Now, those two decks are incredibly popular right now. Both of the Lost Zone variants, and Manaphy can help out substantially versus them. Especially against Kyogre, one of their main ways of beating you is finishing off double Genesect with a Kyogre, and this is going to prevent that. Actually, one of my friends, Calvin Connor, ended up losing to Xander simply because he did not know that the Manaphy play could have even came down, and Xander surprised them with Manaphy, and they weren't able to Kyogre to take those final prizes, and Xander ended up winning. So pretty cool there, and definitely is an interesting card. Now, for the rest of the list here, we got 4 Mew V, 4 Genesect, and 1 Oricorio as well. Heading down to all the items, we got 4 VIP, 4 Cram-o-matic, 1 Escape Rope, 1 Hisuian Heavy Ball. Hisuian Heavy Ball is going to be in this deck because sometimes you will prize your one of Aerodactyl V, so it's important to have that. 2 Lost Vacuum, 1 Pal Pad, 4 Power Tablet, 4 Quick Ball, 3 Rotom Phone is back in the deck. Instead of playing Trekking Shoes, this list is going to have Rotom Phone, which I think Rotom Phone's a really good card still, and I definitely can understand as to why it's put in the deck. You can put things on the deck like Lost Vacuum or Outs just to bump in your path to the Peak Stadiums, and it also just helps out with consistency in general. This is the rest of the list here. The only other really notable card that is kind of different is going to be Big Charm and No Choice Belt. Big Charm going to be in here to make it so that you cannot get one shot by something like a Regigigas if they don't play Powerful Energy, which is pretty cool in general. Then we have 1 Forest Seal Stone instead of 2 because you have to fit in some of your other tech cards as well, and you're oftentimes going to be utilizing Ancient Star a little bit more often than not. And then we have the 4 DTE to round out the list. So this is the list that Xander played, definitely one of the coolest lists, and let's hop into some games and show off exactly how this deck works. I think what I'm going to do is start off with Hisuian Heavy Ball, and see exactly what's priced. Whoa, I priced double Mew VMAX. That's important. So that's definitely a little bit awkward. However, not the end of the world. I'm going to use VIP here. Let's get myself Aerodactyl and Mew V. Punch those 2 down. And then I will use VIP Pass. Get ourselves a couple of Genesects here. So definitely a good start for us. I like to see this. And then I think what I'm going to do here is just pass. I don't think there's a whole lot else I need to do. I guess I could bench Oricorio. I guess it's okay because at least I get to draw some cards here. I get to draw 2 actually, so that's pretty important. And I got the Aerodactyl VSTAR and also some other energies as well, so, or not energies, some other Pokemon, so that's good. But I'm looking for energies, so that's one thing that we're gonna need to pull off here is that DTE play. So we'll see exactly what they end up doing. As I said, going up against the from what I can assume, Lugia based off Yveltal. So here comes Quick Ball, gonna be used. Gonna probably be getting rid of some like an Archeops here, if they're able to, but we'll really see exactly what they're capable of doing. Oh, there's an Aurora. Okay, so Aurora goes, and here comes Lugia. So if they don't disrupt their hand, we're gonna have the most insane turn 2. There comes Capture, really strong for them. Gonna be able to get themselves something like a second Lugia V-Star, or a V here, probably something that they want to get. So yeah. Okay, there's a Ringaroo. All right, and there's Quick Ball. Cool. Yep, there's second Lugia. All right, so pretty good start for them here. They kind of got what they needed. Here's a Ringaroo coming up here, and there is the Professor's Research. The question is that going to be the Archeops? It was not. It was a Heat Energy. Okay, so definitely not the greatest here. For them, and we will see a pass. All right, so we are so close to pulling off this play here. Here comes Aerodactyl, and then I think what we want to do here is use our Cram-o-matic. That would give us a 50-50 shot. However, we could just discard 2 cards to start with and then start drawing, which I think is a little bit safer as it gets a couple of dead cards out of the deck that we don't particularly need, and cards that we probably don't want to draw into based off how our hand is looking. So let's use Fusion Strike System here, drawing a few cards. No DTE just yet. However, we are going to be able to dig a little bit farther here, and there it is, the double turbo energy that we've been dying to find here, and we can use Fusion Strike just for 1 to get ourselves that double turbo. We'll go retreat into the Aerodactyl, and then we can use Ancient Star, turning off all of their abilities, which is just absolutely crazy here. Not entirely sure exactly what they'll be able to do, but definitely putting on the pressure. Yeah, this is perfect. This is exactly what you want to do versus them, because now they can't use abilities. So we will see exactly what else they can do, but this is just really showing how powerful the Aerodactyl VSTAR can be when you actually get it set up, because things like Lumineon get shut off, things like Lugia VSTAR Summoning Star get shut off, Fusion Strike System on the opposing opponent gets shut off. There's just so many powerful abilities that just get absolutely dismantled by the Aerodactyl. So looking very, very good here for us. There is the Stoutland that gets grabbed, and I'm not sure actually what else they could possibly do here. Definitely got our setup here perfect and going. So yeah, we'll see what else they have. There's Evolution Incense, could be getting an Archeops or something like Lugia, because at least they can attack with a double turbo energy. So they're not entirely out of the game. However, they're put in a situation where if I can just knock out that Lugia, then they need at least 3 turns with the double turbo. Well, technically 2 turns, because they can go double turbo, but then they can't knock out anything. They need so much more time then to be able to power something up and get going. So there's another Lugia. Basically what they're doing is they're just trying to put bulky HP Pokemon that aren't going to get one shot just to buy them time. And then yeah, this is looking really good for us. So let's go, and I think I can boss's orders. I don't think Escape Rope would get me anywhere, but then again, I guess I could just play Escape Rope to force them into something. So yeah, let's just use Escape Rope here. Gotta assume that either a Lugia VSTAR or a Stoutland will get put up, but the Oranguru as well would make sense. Honestly, all those things except for the Lugia with the 2 energies, the correct thing to put up, and yep, they put up the right one, and we're gonna use boss to bring that up. Now the thing is, I'm not necessarily incredibly close to being able to get this knockout. However, flipping heads on Cram-o-matic does help our case here, and yeah, there's going to be the concession, nothing that they can do there, and we're going to be able to take that game versus Lugia VSTAR. Aerodactyl putting in its work, showing off exactly how strong it is, and that is going to be the game. All right, let's get into the next one. Alrighty, just a quick note before we hop into the next game. I do offer coaching on Manaphy. Currently, I am in the top 10 ranked players in North America, and I know exactly what it takes to get there. I offer training packages along with individual sessions, and if you're just curious to see exactly whether or not coaching is for you, I do offer a free consultation where we can go over your needs and your goals in general. With that being said, the link will be in the description along with a promo code as well for your first session. All right, let's get back into the video. All right, everyone, so hopping into our next game, it looks like we're going to be playing up against another Lugia V-Star. However, compared to the last game, we will be going second instead of first. So this is where our strategy is going to change slightly, as things like Aerodactyl are likely not going to be as powerful because they're likely going to be able to use things like Summoning Star to be able to get set up. So we do see Lumineon being preemptively grabbed. I think that only makes sense because they just had the 2 Archeops in the discard already just to start off with. So I can understand as to why they did that. And that definitely is a threatening start. Like, this is a very, very powerful start for them. So this is going to be a little bit awkward. So I think we're going to grab double Genesect here along with attaching the DTE. And then I feel pretty good about just burning this Escape Rope just to thin it out of the hand. And then I can Fusion Strike System for 1. So what this will allow, or 2 actually, what this will allow us to do now is... I was going to say draw a bunch of more cards. However, this hand is incredibly awkward. So, unfortunately, we're going to have to discard a couple of these and grab ourselves another Genesect here. Looks like the Aerodactyl is probably going to be something that we can't use anymore based off the fact that they should be able to Lugia next turn. So we're going to kind of have to accept the fact that that's not happening this game. So, I think a retreat into the Oricorio is the best that we can do as of right now. We can throw them in the Lost City just to thin it out of the hand, as I don't think it's too relevant of a supporter in this matchup, unless for some reason they played Path, but we'll see exactly what they're able to do. So with that being said, I think we'll just pass it off there. Definitely isn't a worst of starts for sure. So all right, here is the Lugia V-Star. And yeah, we will just see the Summoning Star. So pretty much a perfect start. Like, this is everything that they could have possibly asked for and more. They really haven't had to burn any resources. They have the Archeops down as well as the Lumineon on the way. So it truly is a fantastic setup for them, and they're definitely going to be looking to take advantage of this. I would not be surprised if this led to Boss's Orders or Serena, but also things like Research do make sense. Here comes Serena. Yeah, gotta assume that this Mew with the DT is going to fall. The big question now becomes is, do they have V-Guard energy? Because our list does not play Big Charm. So that does become a little bit more difficult to handle. Would be the V-Guard, because it would force us to hit all 4 Power Tablet, which is kind of difficult. So we'll see exactly what they're able to do. Here comes too powerful. Okay, that's a sign that they either just don't think they need it or they just don't play it. So that is good for us here. Under the circumstances that they don't attach a 5th energy here, we're probably okay. Here's the Serena. Gotta assume this is to bring up the Mew. Yeah, definitely makes sense. And then we'll probably just see either a hit, or you can use Primal Turbo to attack or to attach to an Archeops, just so you have that free retreat in case the Lugia gets knocked out. And here we go. So we kind of have our mapped out prizes already. It's going to be knockout Lugia. They return with Yveltal. We knock out Yveltal with a Roxanne, and then just try and find those last 3 prizes that way. It's definitely not looking super solid. However, if we do get this knockout, I think we're in an okay situation. It's just going to be difficult, I think. So let's go bench there for Seal Stone. Start off with a quick Power Tablet as well. So we're going to be off to the races here. We play 3 Switch, so I think we can throw all of these away relatively safely. Although the Switch is not in the deck here, that's okay. We can pull it off the prize cards. Totally fine, not that big of an issue. We just have to hit this turn. Like, there's no excuse for us to miss it, and if we do miss it, then I think we're just going to fall way too far behind regardless. So there is the second Power Tablet as well. We do have a little bit more work that we're going to need to get done here, and that's going to involve using Ultra Ball. Probably going to discard these 2, and then we will use Fusion Strike System, drawing 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 here, getting ourselves Cram-o-matic, Rotom Phone, also some other nice cards here. I think what we'll start off with is going to be Cram. I think that's fine. Just see exactly where this leads us. We do get the double Turbo Energy, which we're going to take over Power Tablet, as we have... Actually, we have 1 of each, so neither or is particularly great. However, I can just Cyllene for the other Power Tablet back into the deck regardless. So... I think at this point, what I probably want to do is Rotom Phone first, because that could actually determine whether or not I even want a Cyllene here. So I think doing this is correct. Let's just see exactly what is even on the horizon. I think grabbing Quick Ball is fine, or another Mew VMAX, either or is acceptable. I think we'll grab the Mew. And then I guess we'll just Cyllene, because I guess we can always just Star Alchemy, actually. So we're probably fine. 1 and 1. Let's just grab the third tablet here. I feel safe doing that. Just guarantee it. We can save the Star Alchemy for something like Pal Pad if we need it. So let's go Fusion Strike System. We know what the first 2 cards are going to be. Okay, there's the other tablet as well. So let's go third tablets. And then Hisuian Heavy Ball. See exactly what's prized. Yeah, so the Switch is there. So is Power Tablet plus another DTE. That is really annoying. So I guess what we can do is just take the knockout. I mean, I gotta assume they're gonna knock us back out as well. So let's just go cross Fusion Strike, Techno Blast, 280 damage there. Gonna be able to take that knockout, taking a couple of big prizes. This is huge here. What we get. The DT. Okay, so that's what we needed. So now what I can do is I can go Pal Pad. Back the Roxanne, Star Alchemy for us, or go Star Alchemy for Pal Pad, then draw into Roxanne. Definitely an important play there. Now the biggest question does become, do they have the Yveltal? Because if they choose to do something like Aqua Return, which is kind of risky, then I can go and chase after an Archeops, take that knockout, and move on from there. So definitely a couple of routes that they can take. It's just really dependent on what they have. The fact they attach the powerful energy is good because it's not a capture to grab Yveltal, which means they need to find Yveltal off these 5 cards. And if they don't, then we should be able to take over this game completely. So here's a huge Marnie in the game. Going to be able to give me that path, which is what I'd love to see. And then I can definitely probably just go Star Alchemy for that Pal Pad or something. So here's Ultra Ball. This definitely would signal for something like the Yveltal. They discard another Aurora. So this is, or they discarded the one Aurora. So this is interesting now, because if they're doing that willingly, then there's a chance that they just might not have the Yveltal in deck, or they prize a couple of Auroras. I don't know exactly. Yeah, this is definitely looking really shaky for them. The fact that they're benching that Lugia as well is pretty surprising. So maybe they don't have the Yveltal anymore. Maybe it's in the prizes, and they're now basically just saying, "Welp, I really hope that you can't knock out this bench Lugia." Or yeah, I think that's pretty much what they're saying, is that they just hope that I can't knock out the bench Lugia. Primal Turbo smartly here, because now they do run the risk if they didn't Primal Turbo there, that I could just go Bosses Orders, knock on Archeops, and they basically lose. So this definitely makes sense. Preemptively power this up. They attached the V-Guard here, which is interesting that they chose to save that, and also regenerative energy as well. So pretty cool energies that they ended up playing in this list. However, we're definitely looking to be on the advantage. Yeah, like we definitely have the advantage here for sure. So let's go and Cram-o-matic away the Cram-o-matic. That seems fine. Gonna fail that. Let's Quick Ball away the Aerodactyl. Fusion Strike System. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. 1, 2. Okay. So I think I Fusion first, because if I find DT Tablet, then I can just go for. Okay. There's Boss, which does just mean now I can. Okay, well, because I already had the DT anyway. So yeah, let's just go Fusion Strike System. Draw 1. There's 1 tablet, and I need 2 to take this knockout, I believe. Yeah. So let's go Star Alchemy. So I can do 250, 270 minus the damage. I'm pretty sure this is, yeah, 240, 270. Yeah, this is just enough here. So we'll go 1. We'll go 2. I'm fairly certain this is enough. And if I'm wrong, we're still doing plenty of damage to kind of just take over this game, I think. So let's go Retreat. Cross Fusion Strike and Techno Blast. Yeah, for the knockout. It was exactly 220. Yeah. Okay. So taking those 2 prizes here, going to be able to get the knockout. I don't want to put down Path just yet, because I'd rather pair up Path with Roxanne. I don't think we particularly need to do that at the moment, because if they bench Luminion and go like Luminion, let's say for research, and we just win the game of Boss's Orders. And yeah, there is a concession. So we're able to take down back-to-back Mew VMAX, or not Mew VMAX, our Mew VMAX tech was able to take down back-to-back Lugias there. In the first game, we utilized Aerodactyl to completely dominate the board, and then in that game, we were able to use things like Judge to kind of slow them down and just kind of overran them with our Mew VMAXs. So with that being said, if you enjoy the content, make sure you leave a like and subscribe. I'm really happy to be back making another YouTube video. I'm excited for Crown Zenith as well. Make sure to check out the Patreon link will be in the description, along with coaching and everything else. With that being said, thank you so much. As always, this is Smart TCG, and I'll speak with you again soon. Peace out. If you are looking for more exclusive content, I do offer that on Patreon. I have articles spanning from 500 to 3,000 words. I also have exclusive videos catered towards improving as a player. I have all 3 tiers here that go over exactly what each one offers, including free coaching in the Ultra Ball tier. Thank you for all my Patreons for the continued support. I appreciate it. And if you have any questions, never hesitate to DM me. The link will be in the description for my Patreon. Thank you so much.